I took a break off social media, and here's what I've learned. I initially took the time off because I was integrating a lot of really powerful energies, a lot of shifts, a lot of information and intel that I was downloading, receiving, moving through. And also I was realigning myself with my vision for next year and really experiencing what I've created in this year. And that too extended into my experience with social media and how I get to show up here. One of the things that I hear a lot from potential and private clients is just feeling inspired by whatever I'm sharing here on social media, by how I use my voice, how I feel or seem, right, apparently confident with how I show up here and how I create videos, how I'm very connected to myself, how I make this information around these higher realms and frequencies and all that greatness so accessible. Then they follow up usually with something to the effect of, but I couldn't do that because I would get so many haters and so many trolls. And so eventually telling me that the fear is stopping them, right? And this belief that they need to be fearless and that they may even perceive me as being fearless. And so I really wanted to dispel that huge myth, first of all, because that is really stopping a lot of New Earth leaders from showing up. And that is really the wrong way to go about doing things, because if you have a huge mission on this planet, but you allow it to be skewed and suppressed simply because some strangers don't like what you're saying, then you are really leading with the wrong energy here. And as you know, all of this stuff is about energy, and even showing up on social media is about energy, and it is about being grounded in your energy, not just stuck up in the ether. And you know, a lot of people can do that. I can do that. I could just stay up there in the ether. But the reason why things are landing with my community is because I am speaking my truth, right? It's my version of what I'm seeing, what I'm experiencing. And I'm not saying this is the be all end all, because you get to be asking questions for yourself to see what's true for yourself. Just even over the past week, when I took a break from social media, once in a while I peep in, and my social media feed, even though I've really whittled it down from what it was before, was just so full of, if you don't agree with me, then you're terrible and go fuck yourself, right? And I was seeing a lot of that. And the reality is that none of that is really going away, because the intensity of the energies are going to keep increasing. And you can either hide your head in the sand, or you can stand up and show up in your light and your truth. And that does not necessarily mean you have to agree with other people, or that you have to take a stand in the same way that other people do. And yes, you get to be responsible with your energy. This is not about mouthing off and spouting off whatever you feel like it and calling it a day. And I say the energies are going to continue being intense because they are going to get worse before they get better. And sometimes I get asked, well, what do you mean by that? I'm saying all of the silencing and all of the suppression of our voices, especially those of light, especially those who take a stand for peace, especially those of us who take a stand for medical and bodily autonomy and personal sovereignty on the highest levels of our being, we are being silenced, and there's a reason for that. A lot of these narratives that are going around right now that are being popularized as truth, even though it's not being backed by any actual evidence, is an aspect of this division matrix. And in order to make the difference that you know you're being called to make in the world, it goes beyond just having awareness. Some people think that just having awareness is enough. It is not. Not when you're a New Earth leader. And this is not even about enoughness. So if you've got some of that and that's coming into as an echo chamber in your head, then that's something you get to heal, because that's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is you getting to get into position where you get to amplify your mission, your voice, your purpose, and your light in the world, so that you can be a catalyst for the healing of this planet in a huge way, because that is where the distraction is happening. The distraction is happening on this planet to convince you to look the other way, to look at all the wars, to look at all the ways that your health could be compromised, when in reality, it's about stepping into focus on your power. And don't allow other people to pressure you into saying, well, you need to say this, you need to believe in this, right? You need to get on board with what everyone else is infuriated about on this planet. And no, you don't. You can do whatever you want. You are a sovereign being and you get to make sovereign choices. And part of that means staying focused, because that is part of what the distraction matrix and this suffering matrix and all this old crap that is falling apart right now still wants to be relevant about, is to try to get you to look the other way from your power. And so the most rebellious act you could do right now is to be connected to your power and to not outsource your power. This is where my invitation is for you. My invitation is to New Earth leaders like you, who not only see through the bullshit, but who take a stand for the light, for your connection to God. I know that's super controversial now for some reason to even say that, but there it is, right? And take a stand for your mission, because your mission is literally vital right now. I want you to understand how vital your light and your frequency and your mission is on the planet. And this is the community that I am holding space for right now. So for all the haters, all the people who are saying that I should be talking about this, not saying that, speaking about that, unimportant, completely irrelevant. As one of my colleagues would say, cute but irrelevant. That is the truth, because I literally have no space for that. Any stupid comments will be deleted and blocked immediately because it's completely irrelevant. My space is for leaders who are showing up in the world for the light, who see through the division tactics, who are ready to take a stand and unite in oneness and in the consciousness of humanity's higher light, higher consciousness, higher creation. As you can tell, my focus is laser, and that is exactly the same way I am with my private clients, because I love to pour into my private clients and really serve them highly and really hold them high with their goals, what they want to experience, what they want to achieve, what they want to expand into, because it really is an acceleration into their expansive field, into the next level of their power and their being. And that is what they experience with me. That said, I have 2 slots open to work privately with me until the end of the year to lock in the old 2023 rates, because next year I will be increasing my rates. And I do that every single year, as should you. But if you step in now and take in one of these 2 spots, then you'll be able to lock in the old rate, even if you want to start next year. Want more info? DM me the word power.